Magic is real. Real magic is everywhere. Metazoo is a collectible card game with groundbreaking mechanics that shatter the fourth wall. Choose where you play wisely because your very surroundings can dictate how powerful your cards can be. Dark beasties can really go bump in the night, and you won't be singing Rain Rain Go Away while casting any water spells. A deck is only as powerful as its arena. Metazoo is a turn-based strategy card game for 2 to 6 players. Players assume the roles of casters, their decks representing spellbooks from which they cast powerful magic spells, summon ancient artifacts, and form contracts with beloved cryptids to aid them in the arena. This video hopes to teach you the basics of Metazoo in a short time. If you've played other popular TCGs, you'll find many similar techniques and be able to leap straight into the game. The goal of the game is to reduce your opposing caster's life points from 1000 to 0. The caster's spellbooks consist of 40 cards, or as they're called in Metazoo, pages. Beastie pages are the primary force in spellbooks that will stay on the battlefield until destroyed. Artifacts provide effects while on the battlefield, and spells and potions give one-time effects and then they are discarded. Across the pages of a spellbook they'll all have notable features. Their name, page type, aura cost, the effect of the page, and how many pages per spellbook. One of the main type of cards you'll use from within your spellbook are the beastie pages. These pages can be the notorious cryptids themselves, lending a hand in battle. Depending on the strategy and various effects, they can rush to attack your opponent, disrupt their play, or stand their ground ready to block incoming attacks. Artifacts help provide useful resources and special abilities. Looking at an example of both beastie and artifact pages, they both have life points and they will stay in play until their life points reach 0, thus being destroyed. We'll go over blocks and attacking in just a moment. Spell pages allow for instant effects. They can be used to target the pages on your side of the battlefield or your opponent's. There are 10 types of aura within Metazoo. Without aura, these pages cannot be played. Aura is the resource that is needed in order to be played. You can contract 1 aura per turn. Here is Sewer Gator, a water type page. It has an aura cost of 1 water aura. The aura cost of pages need to be paid before they are contracted into play. Some pages don't require a specific aura noted by a neutral icon. The last page type is Terror. These mimic the fourth wall effects of the environment. Any red number next to a terror icon shows how much damage is added to the page's attacks and fourth wall effects. Metazoo is a game where your surroundings matter. Let's look at Sewer Gator once more. It gains a plus 50 to its attack if it's in a city, or when the city terror is in play. It also gains plus 25 if it's raining, or the rain terror is in play. Terrors do not stack the individual typing, so 2 rain terrors in play would not stack to a plus 50, but having both city and rain active would give both bonuses, meaning a plus 75 to attack. If any pages need fourth wall effects, terror pages bring the effects to you. Let's now look at the board of Metazoo. As you can see here, there are places for your spellbook, terror, and other pages. Limbo, Cemetery, and Afterlife are all zones to discard your pages depending on said page, or a ruling that's taken place. Terror is placed at the top of your board, joining onto your opponents as you both utilise terror during your turn. 6 terrors can be placed and be in effect at one time. When a 7th is placed, it replaces the terror in the first space, 8th terror into the second space, and so on. Now, let's run through setting up a game. We've got our spellbook ready to go, shuffle up and draw 7. If you're unhappy with your hand, you can reshuffle and draw 1 less page. You can keep going until you only have 1 page left. I'm going to stick with these. To start your turn, awaken any pages you control. Bookmark 1 page into your chapter. From there is a number of things you can do during your turn. Contract an aura. Contract a terror. Fatigue aura to contract beasties. beasties and artifacts come into play fatigued. Use powers, declare an attack, and when you're ready, you end your turn. As we move on, things start to heat up. Currently in play, I have Sewer Gator and my opponent has Giant Salamander. It's my turn, so I'll bookmark one, play my aura for turn. Looking at it, now I want to attack my opponent, declaring it so. I choose my Sewer Gator and its attack Chomp. Now fatiguing it ready for my opponent's response. They will choose to fatigue his defender Salamander as a blocker, declaring its own attack to block with. Sewer Gator has a base attack of 20, however it's boosted by the City Terror. Salamander only has 50 life points. After calculations, Sewer Gator is hitting for 90 points of total damage. Salamander is then destroyed and sent to Limbo. The remaining damage is then directed to the opposing caster. If the blocker survives the combat, it retaliates with its attack, damaging my beastie. Damage will stay on pages until they are destroyed. After attacking, I end my turn and pass to my opponent. This gives a brief rundown to a turn in Metazoo and the game as a whole. There are still more to talk about, but if you wanted to, you could start a game up right now. It's important to understand Aura Advantage. This allows for bonus damage to the corresponding aura types. Auras that are strong against another will apply a plus 20 to their damage total, like we've just seen. Some attacks even have bonuses against certain auras themselves. Certain attacks will cause your opponent's beasties to suffer status effects. These statuses require placing an amount of status tokens onto a page or caster. These can be removed at the start of every turn, flip a coin, a spell, or even by being attacked. Feel free to pause the video and use it as a reference. Traits are the page's abilities. These are shown via the icons to the left of the card. These can be inherent, while some can be equipped or removed via spells, artifacts, or even equipment pages. It is worth noting that some of these icons have already changed from Cryptid Nation up to Wilderness and beyond. I've put both icons to show what to look out for. With many of these traits, they'll change the outcome of interactions between beasties and casters. Beasties with flight can only be targeted by other beasties with the flight trait. They can be blocked by any beastie, however, so you don't need a page with flight to defend yourself. A similar trait is Spirit. In the same vein, pages with the Spirit trait can't be targeted with declared attacks, but as with flight, they can be blocked by any beastie. Again, feel free to pause the video and use it as a reference. It is always so important to read carefully and understand what is on the cards. Now, you really are ready to get out there and play. You might be thinking, what's next? Where do I begin? Well, a great place to start are the theme and release event boxes, often having key and powerful cards set up ready to go in a pre-made spellbook. Another great place to start is the official Metazoo Games Discord. These are your first steps into Metazoo. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has been helpful and you are now versed in the world of Metazoo. Good luck out there, casters.